And with the holiday season comes tradition, whether it's hanging up Christmas decorations, exchanging gifts, or whatever it may be, Weaver believes creating new ones can help with the holiday blues. The hearing started off with the defense asking for a continuance because that suspect, Kenneth Dehart, wants to hire an attorney. Of course, we know he's currently being represented by the public defender's office. The state arguing that it's been 12 days since the shooting in this hearing, which was more than enough time to do so. The judge ultimately ruling that the hearing would go on today. So you can see buckets here, and people are filling these buckets, then pouring it in their business on top of the mud. Again, two Blount County Sheriff's deputies shot. They're both believed to be in stable condition. The suspect is in custody. Search continuing this evening for Joseph Couch. Couch is accused of shooting 5 people near exit 49 off of I-75 in Laurel County, Kentucky. Authorities describing the shooting as a random act. It's been just over 2 weeks since the catastrophic flooding happened here in Cobb County. Homes like the one behind me ripped off their foundation. Downed trees and debris remain scattered in some areas. And as the cleanup efforts continue, it's the Appalachian spirit that's shining through. Election day is finally here. We're here at Halls High School, one of the voting precincts here in Knox County. You can see several people behind me casting their ballots right now. We've been driving around since about 4 o'clock this morning. These are what most of the roads look like. And I spoke with city leaders about an hour ago. Mayor India Kincannon telling me the city is focused right now on treating those level 1 and level 2 roads. You can see where this fire happened as caution tape is still in front of the condo. Now, this all taking place just after 1 o'clock this morning when the Knoxville Police Department responded to a domestic dispute here at the Meadows condominium. Again, that was Deputy McCowan's friend, Greg Willis, and selfless. That's what you're going to get out of that story that Greg Willis told about his friend. He was a hero. He died a hero. It's called a Virtua Training Simulator. It's a new tool at the Knoxville Police Department thanks to a de-escalation grant through the Department of Justice.
Getting the trainees in here or the officers in here and getting them the exposure to the scenarios and having them work under stress while there's no actual possibility for harm to come from it.
The simulator provides a variety of different scenarios, like an active shooter or domestic situation, just to name a few.
With recruits, it provides us an opportunity to put them in real-life scenarios and situations with them being in a controlled environment. So, you know, a domestic or dealing with someone that's in crisis or even a lethal force situation so that they get that exposure prior to actually being out on the street.
So here's how it works. Officers will receive a call from dispatch.
I need a unit to respond to suspicious activity at 3801 in Taco Avenue.
The officer is then able to interact like it's a call in the real world.
Come on, man.
Put the hammer down for me. Put the hammer down. Walk over here and talk to me.
The officer here successful in de-escalating the situation.
Someone sits here and they'll hit the run simulation button on there. And as you go through the scenario, so if I was the role player, depending on what I say in my response depends on the instructor's response with the system. So they can escalate it, they can de-escalate it depending on how the officer's doing or the trainee's doing.
It was now my turn to take part in the training.
Take that buckle in the front right there and clip it. There you go.
The call was for a domestic situation.
I didn't do anything wrong.
I know, just come talk to me and put your hammer down.
Neighbors call you again?
As Sergeant Wilson walked me through the scenario, he also pointed out things that I didn't notice. As I was focused on the man holding a hammer, I missed something that was right behind the suspect.
See that right there? It's a shotgun.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Shotgun leaning against the wall.
Immersive hands-on training like this can not only keep officers safe, but the community.
Don't do it on the front end, and you don't expose them to that on the front end, that it could have very, very negative consequences on the back end.
In Knoxville, Molly O'Brien, 6 on your side.
I put this underneath. It's one of the first things I put on when I put my gear on.
This is Kenneth Bosch with Rural Metro. After serving our country, Bosch had plans of being a firefighter. However, an accident in 2021 put that into question.
Went to school for general contracting, and in December of that year, I got into a miter saw incident, and I lost my left hand.
With his childhood dream now up in the air, Bosch was unsure of the future.
What am I gonna do now? I kind of started, going down this downward spiral of like, what am I gonna do in my life? I mean, I've always wanted to be a firefighter.
Bosch, looking for some representation in the field, started researching firefighters with only one hand.
I reached out to one of them in California. He reached back out to me. You could do this. If I could do it, you could do it. The guy was born with one hand.
So he decided it was time to give it a go and chase his dream.
In reality, this job, you see everybody with two hands, and it's already a difficult job already. So to have one hand and think that I'm gonna be able to succeed was a little bit difficult for me to wrap my head around. But like I said, I wasn't gonna give up.
Graduating from the Tennessee Fire and Codes Academy this year with honors, Bosch is now part of the Rural Metro team.
I'm not going to be the guy that's doing things that you need two hands to do. So I feel like Rural Metro understands that, and they put me in positions where I can thrive and help.
As Bosch steps into his new career, he encourages people to not be afraid to chase your dreams.
Any veteran or anybody who feels, or anybody who has a disability who feels that they cannot fulfill their dream, that's absolute nonsense. This is my dream since I was a little kid, and I'm here.
In Knoxville, Molly O'Brien, 6 on your side.